Win some Proline tires, win some Proline tires. Or you can win, get this puppy out of here, a winch. And it even comes with its little worn sticker. How cool is that, eh? So guys, that's gonna be this year's competition. Some guys need tires, some guys need a winch. Write me in the comment which of the two you need, and I shall put you in the draw. Now let's get back into today's video. Guess what's on the bench today? This is our next level Hilux build. Now we based it on Marty McFly's Toyota truck, or yeah, it was a Hilux truck that he had in the movie. It's not this truck. He had like a semi-cab which had a little window or a little half door at the back. I know this is not the truck. We chose this truck because it was easier to buy for us, but I'm sure if Marty McFly would have a collection of trucks, this would be in there, 100%. Anyway, let me run through the truck because this is actually quite an amazing build. I actually think if I get all my rules right, this is actually a class 1 truck. Let's start off with the styling of this truck. Let me zoom the camera in a little bit because this is really interesting. So coming to the styling of this truck, we got a little ARB cargo bag sitting loosely in the back. Obviously, if it has a rollover, this thing's gonna fly out just like the original would do. We have Marty McFly sitting in the driver's seat. Let me get this a little bit closer so you guys can see this. He is a little bit highly tucked up in there, but it is Marty McFly. We bought him on wish.com. On the other side, we have the camera sitting over there and his backpack, and we even have his skateboard. So all the little gadgets, there are different hands that have different grips to them. You can change them. He even has a little guitar, which obviously we don't need while we are rock crawling. So the hands, what you can do, you can actually change them. Some of them are like just different grips and different shapes. So we chose these so that he can grab on to the steering wheel a little bit better. Let me get a shot in from the back up, touching the the tripod there, so you can clearly see his camera, his backpack, and the skateboard. We needed to cut the base of the actual truck because his legs didn't fit in there. But we wanted his legs to fit in there, and we didn't want to damage Marty McFly. We don't want to cut him up, that's for sure. So coming to the body, we have got a early 80s Hilux body, which is basically very nicely scaled, detailed Hilux 2-door cab. All details are on there, indicators, your lights, your grille, your bumpers. It all comes together as one piece. I think he ordered it on wish.com. I'm not too sure about that. We had to cut the footwell in order not to damage Marty McFly, which obviously, why would you, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's put that aside here. Coming to the actual rig. So as you can see, the truck is missing the motor, the reduction, and the connection to the transfer case at the moment because we are already changing it. So Alex is the fabricator of this truck, and he really has brilliant ideas. So on his first run, on that next level run, the video is actually called Next Level, we ran this truck with a bunch of other trucks. That was the first run that he did, and he kind of has some ideas already, and that's why he's already contemplating of changing a couple of things to make it a little bit better, or yeah, just to make it more competitive, because most of our barrancos are pretty steep. Everything here, because of our volcano on the island, you kind of either you're going downhill or you're going very steep uphill. So he's basing this truck on a uphill climb or hill climbing truck. So let's start off with the chassis. It's a custom cut to kind of get the scale look as much as possible from original chassis. I don't really know if this is more the Toyota chassis or if this is actually more like a Land Rover Discovery Defender type, you know, early Discovery, early Defender type chassis. It kind of looks like that to me. The interesting thing about his Frankenstein build, he literally built all the framework by himself. So coming from his rock sliders that have the body connection or body mountings on them, the body mounting also mounts in the back here, but these are the main connectors where the body mounts, and protecting the bottom of the beautiful little plastic hard body. This rail sits exactly in the right place. So very nice manufacturing points on that side for him. Now coming to, I'm actually going to push this a little bit closer to the camera because this is really worth looking at. All mounts are basically measured so that he can just fit his reduction box in here with his motor. He's changing that now to a different system. I actually have it here already. He's going to put one of these reducers on there. And obviously with that, everything here has to be changed. Now, that's a next project. Once this is in there, I'll give you guys another showdown on what he exactly did. Let's put that to the side right now. So everything is literally brazed and bent to custom. And coming around the bottom here, he has a Atlas style transfer case sitting in here and made it exactly like if he would build a truck, this would be his idea. Now obviously my front prop shaft is missing, but that we will get on the other video when we get the new motor and the new reduction in there. Coming to the tires, he is running small tires. They are, I think it's 100mm tire, and I did not really see any performance difference while we were out on the trail. I mean, you can go back, well, I'll put a link down in the description on the run that we did in the Bronco, the hill climbing Bronco. This truck really performed. I mean, I can't even say, oh, small tires, you know, everybody's about tires. This just performed all round. Everything that is in this truck was just, it's just all well balanced. Let me not lose our little kit, our gear. So coming to the shock mounts, you can also see he has brazed a little bar and connected the shocks onto there. The shocks don't have springs in them because the truck is leaf sprung, and he has 2 leaf springs basically in each set, so to make it not too hard but not too soft. But the truck is quite hard. We do not have a lot of travel in the truck because it's hill climbing, so while he's up on an obstacle, he doesn't really want this to twist a lot, so that's why he kept it quite hard, and he doesn't want it to sink in to get a steeper angle to make the car or the truck flip over. On the front shock mounts, he just basically found something that was flying around in his little spares box, okay? So we have a Frankenstein build here with kind of new parts, bought parts. The fusion motor that was in here was bought new, and that was basically the newest thing. Everything else was kind of out of the tray, you know, out of his little spares box. And like I said, the truck is on leaf springs, and the leaf springs have quite looking like originally looking. It's actually more like a a Defender axle. If you look at underneath a Defender, you will see this type of axle in there. Let me actually stand up and just get it closer to the camera. These axles are super original looking, and it just gives such a nice extra touch to the truck. And even hooking up the back axle so that we do not have twist in there at all. I mean, this hardly moves, and it is connected to the side of the chassis direct. So you had some nice engineering ideas. The next thing we have is a 40 kilogram servo. I think the 40 kilogram servo will do a good job of moving these small tires. All in all, there is a little bit of play in the axle. When it steers, the axle is able to move left and right. Maybe with a crossbar we can actually get rid of that, but for the moment that is 100% fine. Coming back to the leaf springs, they have the fastening connections in front and the actual, I don't even know what this one is called, switchblade. The actual moving section in the rear. In the rear leaf spring, it is the same story. It kind of moves out and bounces out in the back of the section. So everything that he did on this, buying or purchasing from the axles to the shocks to the leaf springs, keeping the truck on leaf springs like it would have been in the original. On the back here, he actually just welded a bar over the back, and you do see that in a lot of pickups where there's just a bar basically welded across just to protect the body. Basically, with all these components, this is a super scale truck, not just from a body point of view, but from the axles, from the leaf springs, the shocks, maybe not so much. That could be like maybe like a little bit of a upgraded section. If this were to be a real truck, this would definitely be a very nice upgraded shock absorber that is in the truck. So other than that, I mean, why I would call it a class 1 truck, the servo is sitting on the chassis. I don't have my rules in my head completely. I know that you need a windscreen, I know that you need a driver, I know that the servo needs to be sitting on the chassis and not on the actual axle. And I actually need to look at my list to actually run down exactly what a class 1 truck actually is, or what it all entails. Anyway, so this is what we've made up to now, and Alex, the fabricator, we are going to get him to fabricate a couple of trucks for us, because what he actually wants to do, he wants to go and fabricate trucks for clients. Any wish that the client has, he will actually fabricate that, discuss it with him, and put it into production. But other than that, Alex wants to actually go into production of high performance trucks. He can literally braze and weld anything that's literally on your mind, all your dreams that you ever wanted to put into a crawler. Alex is the guy that can make it happen. And we are going to show a couple of his trucks so that you guys can get an idea. And then once he's built a few of the trucks, we'll actually put some of them up for sale. This one he doesn't want to put up for sale right now, but who knows? Who knows what the future brings? We're going to be playing around with this. We're going to change the reduction box. We're going to do a couple of things and see how good we can get this truck. Once it's reached its max and it's been standing on the bench for maybe another 3 to 6 months, I'm sure we could have maybe put it up for sale, but that's not a promise. So putting the body back on carefully, we have 2 pins sitting in the back here that slide into the position over here. So we kind of just have to line them up, and that obviously doesn't work with my glasses on. We line that up and we just gently stretch the body over the mounting posts. And there we have it. One of Marty McFly's collection trucks, if he would have a collection of trucks. I'm sure he actually does, to be quite honest. Anyway, guys, this was to show what's on the bench today. This is a beautiful truck. I love driving this truck. Alex did a fantastic job building this truck and engineering everything that's around it with fantastic ideas. And it can actually take quite a hard beating. I mean, you can see already it's had a few scratches after our run. In the beginning of the video, you can see it's just shining and it's just brand new. But now it has a little patina on it. But other than that, this truck, I mean, it rolled down quite a steep incline, smashed on the rocks. We don't have it on the video, but it survived. So basically, it's not just a good looking truck, it is quite a tough little truck, and it can take a lot. So his builds are not just about having a scale truck. His builds are about high performance, and if you are running competitions, yeah, this is a kind of truck that you could win with, you know. Anyway, guys, I thought I'll show you this beautiful truck. I will put one of his other trucks on the bench in the future, and maybe even more than just one, because he's got quite a few builds going, and he loves what he does. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.